Morning, Judy here from Thistledew Creations. I have a package that I'm packaging up to mail to my great aunt Icy in West Virginia, and I thought I would just do a little boxing up video just showing you what I'm sending her. She sent me a package recently, which I probably will have posted just a few days before this one. So I'm sending her this vintage tea towel. She'll appreciate how hard it is for me to part with this because she knows this is my favorite color, but I know she likes it too. And it's brand new, never used, never washed, but it's old. So it was 59 cents at Walker's or Smith's. So it came from West Virginia. Probably was my grandmother's and Mama's. So it came from West Virginia. It might even have been Icy's for all I know. But I just thought it would be a suitable thing to send her back. She sent me a bunch of vintage things, so I thought I would send her that. And I went upstairs into some of my other old vintage items, and I found this clothes pegs apron. So you put your clothespins in there when you're hanging stuff out on the line. And it's hand embroidered, the words. And it's sewn by machine, but very nicely. These three edges I don't see any flaws in the sewing at all. It's really nicely done. And I don't really care for these colors myself too much, although they're Ireland colors. But I know Icy likes all the colors, and she really likes vintage things. So she can use it for clothes pegs or anything else that she wants, or just to hang up and display. And then another little apron. Again, not my favorite colors, but I know that Icy will appreciate it. And it's been in my stash, and I'm not doing anything with it. I think this was my Granny Greer's, but I don't think she ever used it. She used more serviceable aprons, and I can tell the ones that I have of hers that she used, you know, they're stained, they're slight little tears in them, they're really worn. So Icy, if you would like an example of one of those, I will send you one, but this was one I could very easily part with. So that's why you're getting it. And I mean, I don't mean that I'm giving you my junk. I'm giving you things I think you'll appreciate that I'm not using. And I like it enough that I didn't want to list it in my shop, but I'm not doing anything with it. So, and then I'm going to write her a little thank you and put it in this card. I just love these little vintage people. Just Kids from 1997. You might remember them. And then I did these little cards up. They're printables, and I backed them onto an extra piece of paper so they're a little stronger. And I actually sewed these buttons on. So I'm going to send her a couple of those. And then I've got a little pouch of my photocopied paper where I put the lace runner over some colorful card and did a photocopy. And I'm sending her some of my paper ruffles. She may have seen the video. I'm sure she could figure out how to do them, but just as an example. And then this is a card that I made with the packaging, like the label from 6x6 scrapbooking paper. And there's a video on that if you want to go check it out. And so I did it as a sewing theme, and Icy is a very experienced sewer, so I thought she might like that. And then I just thought this little woodland winter scene with the sunset was gorgeous. Candlelight for two. And so she can use that any way she wants as a bookmark, or she can put it up on her wall somewhere, tuck it in somewhere. So that's a little bit of goodies for her. I got one of the, one of the hankies that I picked up at the farmer's market. I thought she would appreciate the purple, the pop of purple. And now we're into some sort of scrappy stuff, because she sent me some scrappy stuff. This was, I believe, the string from an apron with all the pretty colors. So I thought she does a lot more like colorful stuff like that, and these are all kind of vintage colors, so I thought she'd be able to use that. I've used a little bit of it, but I don't see myself using a lot of it. And then a piece of this lace that I got at a recent thrift haul. I got a ton of it, so Icy, if you need more, just let me know. I do have more. And then I think this might have been on a tablecloth or something because it's joined along intervals. I'm not sure. I can't see where it was sewn on anything, but I thought you might make better use of this USA trim because I'm not using it. And then what I was going to do with the trims is wrap them around these pegs, clothes pegs, to give her a couple of vintage clothes pegs at the same time. So just like this. Go ahead and do it now, and then it's ready to go. So I thought with the smaller pieces this would work. And then I may put a pin in it or something, or tuck it under. Whatever works to secure it in place. If I had some fancy pins, I could use that. And then do the same thing with this. I'm using the same box that she sent me, so it'll be fairly even swap as far as the amount of stuff. I just thought that made sense to do that. And I was glad that I waited for her box to arrive so I would know what kind of things she would send me so I could send her an appropriate gift. So I put in a coffee dyed doily, paper doily, and a bunch of my papers. So this is some stuff that I did with napkin over top of a collage, and then I photocopied it. And it's folded already. It was part of my signature box. So just a couple of those. She can use any way she wants. If she's getting into the paper crafting, which I'm not sure, then she could use it, or she can just, whatever. I think she's doing a bit of collaging, so she can rip them up and do whatever. So there's one of the papers that would have been on when it was getting dyed. And then there's one of my polka dot papers. And there's a video on, show and tell video. I haven't done a how-to video on the coffee dyeing yet, but I will. And then just an all-over mottled graph paper. And this one is drawer liner from Dollarama, coffee dyed, and it was up against a pink sheet. So that's why it's pink on the back. And this is one of the first collages that I did on canvas, and it's a photocopy of it. And then this was tissue paper, photocopied, crumpled up tissue paper. And then this is a collage that I did with book page and then put napkin over top. And this is a photocopy of it. And this is the purple version of my lace papers. And then one of my porch project art pieces. So one day I did the backgrounds all with watercolor. And then that was a Sunday. And then a different Sunday, I did the stenciling, and it's metallic paints. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not, but they have a glimmer to them. And I did buy these paints. It was on the way to West Virginia. I think it was in Dunkirk, New York, or Erie, Pennsylvania, that I actually bought the paints. But I haven't used them much, so I got them out and got my stencils out, and I just played and did a collage of stenciling. And so I know she'll like the B sections. She may like the whole thing as is, but you're free to do what you want with this, Diane. You can, or Icy, you can cut it up and make artist trading cards, or you can use it in collage, whatever you want to do. And then I picked out one of my award ribbon paper clips that I made. There's a video on that. And I picked out this pouch with the bees on it. It's a napkin over music paper. And there's a video where I decorate this. Probably a video where I put the paper on the napkin on the paper, and then another video where I decorate it. And inside there, I've tucked another bookmark and another covered paper clip for a couple of reasons, so that she'll have the items, but also the ideas if she wants to make something similar. It's just, oh, I could do that. Us crafters always say that, oh, I could do that. And there's another of those cards with the sewing theme. The same thing. I used the top sheet that shows all the different papers of the 6x6 papers. So there's that. And then I thought I would throw in a little something for the guys. So there's 2 Ricks in the family. Little Rick and Big Rick. And so I've got this little notebook that I made, which has a little bit more of a masculine theme. The photography and the hand and the ticket and the burlap, and denim and map. So just a little bit more masculine than feminine. So that this is intended for the guys, Icy. So let them have it. And then a West Virginia ATC, which I have to make more. I'm out of them now. I only made a few for the video. And then this little notebook with the striped fabric as the cover. So great for just tucking it in your pocket if you're going for a hike or a walk, or you're going shopping, or you need to remember something. So I'm going to put a note right on these that they're for the boys. And then I'm going to send her this card that I made, because she sent me a collaged card in her package. So I'm not going to put anything on the inside of it. I'm going to let her use it as she wants to. But I just love this card. I mean, it's so hard to give away the work that you really, really love. So I hope you appreciate this. And I think you'll like the message. You know, we're at the time in your life when a lot of your loved ones are passed on. And I'm not quite as far into that phase as you are. So, but I wanted to acknowledge that I feel your pain and I understand. And yes, I do believe that with all my heart. And then one of my Dragonfly ATCs, which started quite a discussion on Facebook with Icy and our other cousin, I guess she would be. I want to say Marcia, but it's not Marcia that I'm thinking of right at the moment. It is, oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's going to come to me later. Anyway, I think that you guys admired these and you're doing something similar. So I thought I would send you this one with the yellow dragonfly. And then again, hard to part with. I've had these tucked away and I should have been listing them, but I haven't. So I thought I would send you one of my journals. So this is a fairly basic one, not a lot of, excuse me, pockets and tucks and fancy things, just pretty on the outside with a lace spine and a couple of tags on just the cover. So we've got the tuck spot with a tag, which has a list spot on a pocket on the back. So I kind of included all that fancy stuff in together in one spot. Most of the pages are rather plain. I do have a tuck spot here with another dragonfly thing from the center of a tissue box. And then some pattern instructions, another flip out envelope, and then a map of Northumberland County, which is where I live. Another envelope, oh, this is a note card flip out, doily. So this was a good basic book for me to send you as an example. If you aren't following along with the junk journal scene on YouTube, then this will give you a basic idea of what it's about. And you can either just love this book or you can use this book. If one of your girls wants it and you're willing to give it up, you're welcome to pass it along. But I really enjoyed making this set. It's some of the first ones I made. It's not the very first ones. But when I pulled them out of the box that they've been stored in, I went, oh yeah, I forgot I made these. They're gorgeous. I'll send her one of those. And then, of course, I had to send something else bee-themed. So I sent one of these little hexagon notebooks that I made. And it has quite a few pages. So you can make lots of little notes to yourself in there. And then another bee-themed item, a little mini notebook for you or to pass along to one another barnhouse bee. And then, of course, I wanted to send you one of my fabric and paper swatches, and I thought you would enjoy this lime green one. Has a little bit of piano paper. Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight? And then some packaging paper and assorted upholstery fabric samples and vintage fabric samples and some hand sewing. So I'm hoping you'll enjoy all of that. And then I'm also sending you a little ornament with a well, I guess it probably was a broken teacup made into an angel. So I hope you enjoy digging into all these goodies. I've enjoyed putting them together for you, and I hope that it brings you a big smile. If I have any leftover space in this box, I'm going to stuff in some jewelry that you can share with all the girls in your life. And hopefully the boys will be happy with their little notebooks. I'll make sure I send 2 of these so that Rick and Rick don't have to fight over them. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what you think about this. So let me know. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.